Hello, everybody.
We're back for the 10th time.
More like 12. You're listening to the
Lex and
Kate Take.
Oh, it's like riding a bike.
Feels good to be back, people.
I'm going to be fidgeting the whole time on this thing.
Oh, why didn't you get that chair?
Well,
you
can
can
you
do
hear
it now.
it?
Yes, it sounds like you're farting. Lex is sitting on exercise ball. She needs a chair. She's getting a chair.
Here I am.
So, here we are. And we're happy to be back. We have a lot to discuss.
When was the last time we recorded?
Lex, we have technical difficulties right now.
Well, okay. When was the last time we recorded?
The last time we recorded, well, I have no idea. Probably March.
No. Really?
Oh, wait, no. February?
No way.
What are you talking about? I had Parker in April, so maybe April.
We haven't recorded since Parker was born.
Correct.
Let's see when the last time we dropped it. I wonder if it's even still in my library. Oh, here it is. Updated March 8th.
March 8th. I was right the first time. So March 8th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, and it's October.
Yes.
A lot of things have happened.
A lot of things. Like, I don't even know where to start.
Some really great, some really bad.
So it was Lex's decision to not have an outline. So it's your call.
Okay, so I figure that we'll just chat. Like, we could literally talk about, the big things that happened. And just go back and forth. If we get in depth, we do. If not, then okay, we can do something later. Just a brief rundown, because I think we can explain the hiatus from the first time now, which will be helpful.
Yeah.
And then the reason for the multiple reasons for the extended hiatus this time.
Yeah.
So
should we go right into that, or should we talk about Parker being born a little bit and then backtrack?
Let's talk about your pregnancy at first and why we took the first break.
Okay. The first break, like then, season 1.
Yeah.
I don't know why we stopped. I think it was just COVID.
No.
In October. We stopped in October and we started in March.
Oh, no. Okay. So, full transparency here. We are a pro mental health podcast. I stopped taking my meds the first time, remember?
Oh, true. Yes. Lex was figuring that out.
It's an ongoing process.
Yes. So, that was the first time. Second time, I was pregnant. I gave you guys updates, and I would tell you every week, like, how big was Parker, and I would say every week I had to go to the doctor. So, that's not normal.
Yeah.
And the reason behind that is that in December, I went for my routine anatomy ultrasound, and they found a mass growing on his lung.
And you were, what, 21
weeks pregnant. So from 21 weeks to 39, I had to go to the doctor every week, and they did monitoring of this cyst that it is. And it's called CPAM, so he has CPAM, and that's something that they found out. And we still recorded throughout it because I was in good spirits every week. It was a high, it was a low. And then we stopped because I remember I was going to rush home from an appointment, and we were going to record. And I called Lex on my way home, and she's like, "Oh no, what happened?"
Yeah, I knew immediately.
So there was a really big low. So we had gone to a different cardiologist, because when a child has CPAM, there's their heart can shift, because that means that their lungs are a little bit bigger because it has the growth. So they will have to monitor the heart. And so I went to a cardiologist, and they saw some fluid around his heart. And typically in a CPAM baby, if there's fluid, that means high drops, which is fatal for mom and or baby.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And they use that term. It's not like they just, there's little fluid around the heart. Like, they said that explicitly. So it was...
Yeah, they're like, this is pretty much a high drop. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, that could mean the worst. Like, you have to induce your labor. Like, I knew I had to go back to the doctor a couple days later, and they were going to determine from there what would happen. But all was well. The fluid was fine. It was not a high drop. My doctor a couple days later reassured me that everything was going to be okay, but my mental state was like, I just need to focus on.
Because then the rest of the time you're like, well, okay, well, what if? Like, it's not like the first diagnosis wasn't enough. Then the rest of the time now you're even more worried.
Yeah. So it was just a constant, like, I didn't know where my mental state would be every week. So we just needed to put an end until things were more happy.
Yeah. But then he was born.
And then he was born.
He's perfect little ham.
Yes. So that was the stop. And then obviously I had the baby. Parker came into the world, and motherhood is not easy. So it was quite difficult for a while getting him figured out. And so that was
now you guys have it pretty down pat.
Yeah, he's a good baby.
He is the best. He's so smiley all the time. He's so happy. I mean, except for when he's screaming, but other than that, he's smiling
when he's
a lot.
Hungry or bored or tired.
Just before we started recording, he's rubbing your eyeballs. He's tired.
Yeah, it's nap time.
Ugh.
So Parker James was born. I had an easy delivery, fast. They didn't expect it to be that fast. I said, didn't you think when you need... I was like telling my nurse, I was like, they said, the people said, you said that if I feel like I have to take a poop, that means I gotta push. And I looked at her dead in the eyes and I said, either I have to go to the bathroom and you have to take me there, or it's time. And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, I think you should call the doctor. And then doctor came in. 2 minutes later, they're like, oh yeah, it's time to push. And I was like,
Isn't that so crazy how you just know? Like, it's a natural thing that your body is like, excuse me, ma'am, I know you went to school for this and you've probably done this a bunch, but this is my first time and I'm telling you,
yeah,
something's happening.
I was like, I think I'm ready, or I have to go to the bathroom.
Either way, I need your help.
Either way, figure this out because I'm not okay.
So he was born on April 26th.
Yes, April 26th at
8:33.
8:33, 7 pounds 11 ounces, 20.5 inches long.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so having a baby,
and
stressful.
Only Tony could be there.
Yeah, only Tony. And I was like, on my last push, I was like, I know he's going to come. And I just stopped because I was like, oh my God, what if he's not breathing? What if something's wrong? Because I had like so many NICU people. Like, I had like 20 doctors in my room.
Because at that point, they didn't know if he was going to need surgery right when he was born or not.
There's no really telling with a CPAM baby. It's like, if they come out breathing, fine, great. If they don't, then there's so many things that they need to do. So I was just like, had a mini freak out, and they're like, just push. And I'm like, oh, okay. I can do it.
But he's safe in there.
Yeah, so that was that. But we can go in more depth of my labor.
I lost my freaking mind because I didn't want to overwhelm you. All of us were in the same state. We didn't overwhelm you and text you and bother you. Tony sucks at his phone.
Yes.
So I was talking to your mom the whole time. And then all of a sudden, randomly, I got a picture of this baby. And I lost my mind.
Yeah. Well, no one knew. Originally, the doctor had told me, okay, we're starting induction. You might be here for like a day or two. Like, this is going to be a long process. So no one thought I was going to have Parker that night.
Right.
And then... all of a sudden my mom's like, why aren't you texting me back? It was like a couple hours I hadn't texted her, and then Tony sent her the picture and she's like, oh my gosh, like no one knew. Yeah, I was only in labor for like 6 hours.
Well,
7.
what was driving me nuts is that you went in so early, but you didn't even get the Pitocin for like 4 hours after you got there. So I'm like, what is the holdup?
Yeah. Well, they had to figure out who my doctor would be, because I did not have a doctor throughout this process. They're like, whoever the doctor is on call that day will be the doctor that delivers. And I'm like, okay. And so I was all easygoing, but yeah, they didn't give me the Pitocin because so many people needed to talk to me. I needed to get a COVID test. They said, might as well eat because you're probably going to be here for a couple of days. So I ate. Then they gave me the meds a couple hours later, and then like 4 hours after that, there's Parker.
It was pretty quick. I feel like too, because your body was like, I feel like you were already on your way to doing it.
Right. You know, I was like 3 centimeters dilated for like a week before.
That's the worst part. I feel like that even like with my sister, I think she was 2 centimeters dilated for like a long time. And I'm like, I can't handle this. the anticipation, the waiting, but also knowing it's going to happen. But like the one time, what if like the one time you're like, oh, I'm going to go to the grocery store, and then all of a sudden, okay, nope, never mind, going into labor. I can't stand it. I cannot take it. I'm not ready for that.
Well, you will be when time comes for you.
So yeah, Parker made his way into the world. He's the best. And that's been your life.
Yes.
Pretty much. Mm-hmm. You bought a boat.
I bought a boat. I bought a new boat. I started back up at work.
In person
with children all day long. But other than that, life was pretty
same
normal.
Same old.
Like same old, yeah. Just with the baby.
I got married.
Wait, what? Something happened in your life that's significant?
A few things. So when we stopped, life was pretty like coasting, pretty normal since March. So I had 2 bridal showers. I had a bachelorette party. I had a wedding. I went on a honeymoon. Yeah. So it was like up, 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 and up, and then all of a sudden
it went down
very quickly. So my mom's been very open about this with everybody, and she's had her surgery and stuff. So my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer when I was on my honeymoon, and she didn't tell me till the day I got back. And I knew I had like I told her before I left, I don't care when it is, just call me. And she didn't, of course, because she is smarter than I am.
Right.
And so I knew like when she asked me to come over the next day, like I knew in my bones what it was.
Yeah.
Thankfully, very thankfully, everything was caught very early. She had her surgery like 6 weeks after we had the initial appointment to find out the actual details. Because this is a thing. And I don't know if this is everyone's experience, but my mom, she found out her diagnosis on her frickin' MyChart.
Oh.
I was so...
Wait, like what? Like that there's something in your breast, or that you have cancer?
That it was cancer.
What?
That's
messed up.
And I think of course I was so emotional, but I was never emotional towards her because I was so mad.
Right.
I'm like, this is not how this is supposed to work. Like in that moment, she's sitting on her couch by herself, and she pulls up her MyChart and all of a sudden sees that. And I'm like, in what world are you finding this out? Like, why isn't there a person there to comfort you and whatever? So I was very upset. So I was holding myself until we knew all the little details to be like, well, we just don't know yet. Because it doesn't say like what stage or anything like that. So we went to the appointment, and it was stage 1, but it was like a pretty scary form of cancer. So she got a double mastectomy. Her scars she's still healing, of course, but that woman is gnarly. She got home, she just went down, she was walking around, she wanted to get herself some coffee or some food or whatever. She of course was in pain, but she handled it like a champ.
Yeah.
And I mean, she handled it better than I did.
Yeah, your mom was pretty strong throughout that.
And then fast forward to 2 weeks later, after my mom had surgery, my dad had surgery.
Yes.
And he also he came home and ran up the stairs and then had a glass of wine that night. So he was fine. But it was a rough, I don't know,
emotional
August, September-ish time.
Yeah.
But we're back on the come up because we're feeling good. Now I feel like, well, now I got to go to the doctor because you guys have all these things.
No.
I need to figure out what's going on. But yeah, it was everyone. And she wanted to be like she wasn't not wanting to tell people, but she also wasn't wanting to like make it a thing.
Yeah.
People came out of the woodwork for her.
Oh, for real.
People were delivering meals to the house. People were sending her cards and calling and texting. Like, she has so many people that care about her. Mm-hmm. And I think at that point, even though she doesn't like attention like that, it was good.
Yeah.
So many people did things. Like, my sorority from college sent her a box.
Did they?
Yeah, because our philanthropy is breast cancer.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Breast cancer education awareness. So they sent her a little pink box with a bunch of stuff in it, and it came the day before her surgery.
Oh, that's good.
So it was really good, and I'm really freaking happy it's over. It's not over. She still has to get like infusions, and she'll be on a medicine for like the next 5 to 10 years. But the brunt of it is over.
Yes. Thankfully.
And now I can be extra safe.
Yes.
Because you know how that goes. But that was the bad part. The good part is that I got married. Yeah. And I went on a pretty cool honeymoon. And
you had a cool bachelorette party.
I had a cool bachelorette party. I had 2 cool bridal showers. I was just feeling all the love. Mm-hmm. And then since that debacle of things, life has been chill. Oh, I went and saw the Jonas Brothers too.
We haven't talked about that at all.
Those are like my big life events.
So the Jonas Brothers. It was awesome.
Really though, what else have I done besides those things? Those are the significant points in my life.
Correct.
I'm going to see. I don't know if you know this or not.
I probably don't.
I'm going
by the looks of your face, I don't know this.
I'm going to see Hamilton this weekend.
Oh my! Where's that?
Philadelphia.
Whoa!
Me and my two friends from college that were obviously also in the wedding. So, my roommate that was all 4 years of college. She lives out in Philadelphia, and the theater is conveniently right underneath her house.
What?
Well, like next door,
right.
Basically.
Oh my.
So, we were seeing Hamilton, and I don't think either of them really care, but I am stoked.
How many times have you watched the movie?
Oh, you can't count. I have no idea. I have literally no idea. I've listened to the soundtrack. Every time I make a far drive, I listen to the soundtrack all the way through because it makes my drive go by like nothing.
I can't relate to you. I cannot relate to you.
My TikTok is like Hamilton TikTok, basically, which is okay sometimes.
So we fast forward through that
very quickly.
Very quickly.
I mean, what is there? What else? Like,
what
I get nervous when I talk uninterrupted for too long.
What? So that's fine. You're allowed to spew it all out. You did not tell us anything about the wedding. You did not tell us anything about your parties.
Okay, let's do the wedding. My videographer didn't show up.
Dang, we're going right in. We're going right in there with the videographer did not show up.
That hurts. It really hurts. Because everyone that got married at the same time as me are posting their videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have great people in my life that once they found out my videographer didn't come, took a lot of video for me. And then I have another great person in my life, couple in my life that said that they would edit it for me because they did their own wedding video.
Oh, really?
So I just have to send them all the footage, which I have not done.
Well,
but I will do
that. Yes. Day of the wedding. We figured it out right before the ceremony. We're like, oh my goodness.
Literally, I was walking down the aisle in, 10 minutes.
Yes. And we're like, whoa. We have not had a videographer all day.
Yep.
Like, we had done a lot beforehand. And you looked at me. Well, I had noticed, like, pretty much the same time. Like, we were having, like, a twin telepathy moment. Because, like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh, my goodness. But I wasn't next to you. Mm-hmm. And you were having that same moment.
Yeah. And I just, like, looked over it. Because I was, like, the two photographers, my sister-in-law, Kate, and Anthony. And I just, like, I was hugging Anthony. I was like, oh, son of a gun. And he was like, what? I was like, nothing. Like, I'm not going to. It was our first look. Crap, our videographer's not here. No, like, it was like 3 minutes into our first look where I was like hugging him. And I was like, oh my God. And then I looked over at you and Ange, and you guys were like nodding at me. And I'm like, no.
Yes, we all had the moment at the same time that we realized. And I finished the first look things with you. And then I ran in. Like, I don't know where, what. I ran into where all of these people were, and I was like scanning the room trying to find my brother so he could try to take some videos. And I like run in. Buddy's walking into the venue. Like I walk in through the side door. I walk through all these people, and he's in the front entrance. Buddy! And I'm like, I need you! And like all these people are looking at me, and I'm like, hi, welcome to the wedding. Hope you have a great time. Because I like scream it. I'm like, buddy! I need you. So everybody tried.
Yeah, and I mean, my brother-in-law, Buddy obviously didn't bring his gear with him. He didn't know he was going to be put to work that night. But my brother-in-law is a photographer, and he had his camera with him, and which Jimmy sent me that freaking footage. So he had it, but his camera wasn't like fully charged, like it wasn't prepared to do all this stuff.
Wasn't fully charged. Memory card was
So Buddy, he got the big things. Like,
mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure he like the first dances and the speeches, and I mean the important things he got. And then some of my sorority sisters were videoing like the after, which I don't know if those need to be included in the formal video, but and then
snippets.
One of them also recorded the ceremony from a different angle, and I've watched that, and it's really nice. And you can actually hear a lot better than I figured you would. So
That's great.
it'll work out. But man, that really stunk. But that was the only bad.
I was about to say.
There were only two things that really like put a damper. The videographer put a damper on my mood more so than the first thing. The first thing is when we were getting ready, all of a sudden it started monsooning.
Downpour.
Like so bad.
Pretty bad. We were trying to put your back towards the rain that was happening at the big windows we were getting ready.
And it never crossed my mind. Maybe this was me being naive. Raining was never an option in my head. I never thought it. I never worried about it. I just figured, I didn't even think twice about it. And luckily it stopped before the ceremony, but we couldn't get married on the golf course hole that we wanted to because we couldn't get out there. It was way too muddy. The hole itself was like muddy and flooded. So we got married on the back like patio. Of the clubhouse, and it ended up being really nice, but it was not what we planned. And I will say I handled that one pretty good.
Very well. I was like, ugh. I didn't know what to say because I didn't want, like, normally you speak when your emotions are like, oh, I totally understand you're upset, but you kind of were just like blanket. And I was like, I'm freaking out in my head. I cannot freak out externally because you're okay.
I was like I think I was more annoyed that no one like called me to ask. Like they're like, this is what we were doing. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, we are? So that's why I was kind of a little annoyed. And I took 2 seconds and I went into my room and just like sat for a second. I'm like, wow, this sucks. And then I was like, what are you going to do? And then I moved forward and was getting ready. Because then that was when the photographer had just arrived. I think her arriving really kind of helped me get going. Mood. Yeah. So yeah, all the pictures are cool. Everything turned out really nice. The food was good. Katie fed me it while I was on the dance floor and also brought me drinks like it was her job. Yeah,
it was my job.
So it was a good time. It was a good time.
It was a nice wedding. I wish it was like 4 hours longer.
I know.
Like I didn't want it to end. Like I had to leave to pump.
Yeah.
And I was like running with my book bag. I was like, I gotta get back to the wedding.
It was, I think everyone had, the dance floor was always full. That was like a big thing for me. I wanted to make sure everyone was dancing. Granted, I only got to dance for like the last 20 minutes probably.
Do you know that I talked to the DJ like 5 times that night?
And said what?
Can you like up it a little bit? Like, because at first he was like playing the normal stuff. He's like, all the family is still here. And I said, they don't care. They're fun. I was like, get this music going. He's like, okay, all right.
Because
he wanted to ease onto it. And I was like, oh no, we're going in full throttle.
A lot of characters at my wedding. Like a lot of people that were like distinguishable by something they were doing. So my uncle, for example, they were calling him no shoes or blue shorts because he was wearing no shoes and blue shorts and just dance. He got a lot of people on Anthony's side don't really dance that much. He got every single DeGeorge woman up there and busted a move. It was. Yeah,
the DJ didn't expect to be like a party, like
he crowd. Told me once I don't know if it was we were packing up or right after we had done the ceremony, he's like, I've got to say, and I swear I don't say this to everyone, I'm like confused because I've never had such like a relaxed couple. And he's like, I was like, whatever you want to do. Like that's why we filled out the paperwork before. Cause I told you what I don't want and what I do want. And, he's like, okay. He's like, I'm just going to do it then. I said, if people come up and tell you when they want to do something, then do it, but whatever. And yeah, the only thing, when I was about to walk down the aisle and watching the video, it's not as big of a deal as it felt like in my head. It felt long. So long.
Like it was 20 minutes.
I had a different song I was going to walk down the aisle to. We had to start it at a certain point.
I told him 1 minute. And I said, at the 1 minute mark, when she's here, start it at 1 minute. And so I was like,
and he did do that, but it
took a long.
It was like probably 4 seconds of me and my dad standing at the end of the aisle waiting to walk.
Like from him to go to one tab like, I don't know how DJ equipment works, but it was like for him to go from one tab to the other and then hit play.
Yeah.
But it seemed longer.
And I was just, you can hear me say in the video, should we just hum?
No way. So it was like cool though, because there was these doors and they were open to Alex. And so the doors opened, the music didn't start. So Alex didn't walk down the aisle. So we were all just watching her And it kind of gave you a minute to look at everybody.
Yeah. And I got to, actually, that was a really sweet moment because I got to look at Anthony and he just lost it. Like, he had head in hand and just covering his eyes. And I was like, oh, yeah. I hear Tobin
just opened the door to our podcasting room. And she's going to be annoying.
She showed me out the whole time.
So, that might be a problem.
She goes.
So
it feels like it was a million years ago, but also like not at all, which is kind of a bummer. That's the thing about getting married. And I know you told me this right after you got married, you're like, you wake up the next day and then it's just over. Oh, okay. I was talking to her and then she left the room. So, but yeah, if you got married, you know that feeling. You get married, you have a great night, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, oh, okay, now what? Like, that's been my life basically for at least last month. I probably did a lot of the stressful stuff happened the month prior.
Yeah. And you were already living together, so you didn't have to. You're like, okay, now we're married.
Yeah. And now we got to wait a week, and then we'll go on our honeymoon, and then we got to go back to real life for real.
Yeah.
So, but it was a great time.
That was a little snippet of the wedding.
I'm sad that I only get to do it one time.
Yes.
I'll do
one time.
I'll do a vow renewal or something.
Like me. You can get married in the church.
Yeah, I just got to be Catholic.
Another thing that happened.
Oh, yeah. Katie got married again, too.
So, me being a Catholic, a part of, like, your sacramental things of being a Catholic is getting married in the church, but Tony wasn't Catholic. So, I talked to my priest, and they said, you could still do it. And so, we had, like, a small little ceremony with, like, 10 people, and we, not renewed our vows because we wrote our own vows the first time, but we just had our marriage blessed in the church, and so it was very nice.
And Parker got to be there.
And Parker was there. Your phone, I think.
I'm looking through my photos to see if I did anything else substantial. Oh, my nephew started kindergarten.
I don't know.
Oh, my.
Motherhood.
I went to 9 weddings this year.
Yes.
All these are wedding photos, basically.
You were at weddings the whole summer.
All summer. I was busy.
I planned Lex's bridal shower.
Oh, here's a picture of when I found out you had Parker.
What? Oh my, there's a picture.
Here you go. Beautiful photo.
Crying.
And here's a picture I got.
That's the first picture you got?
Yeah, a little nugget.
I thought it was the picture of me holding him.
Oh, yeah, they're all together. I think your mom sent them to me together.
No, because that picture was taken the second
6
day.
a.m. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I love that picture.
Which one of him laying there?
Of you and him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it is my phone.
So, I'm a mother. It's been a crazy 6 months of my life raising a baby.
How many times have you got asked, when's the next one?
0.
Oh, really?
0.
Wow, because I've gotten asked probably a million times.
And I'll ask you every week.
I know.
Until it happens.
I know.
Our plan is to possibly being pregnant for my second and your first at the same time.
Yes.
If the world allows us.
Well, yeah. We both got asked to be in a wedding that's in next December.
Yes.
So that kind of throws a wrench in my plans. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I know what I'm going to do.
You're going to get pregnant anyways.
Yes. I have a plan in my head.
What is it?
I want children like 2 years apart.
So when are you going to start trying?
Next summer.
I need a month. I'm busy.
What are you talking about? What are you going to do?
I have a wedding in June as well. A wedding that I cannot be pregnant for.
What are you talking about?
So when are you going to start trying to get pregnant? So
after that wedding.
After June?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I want teacher, okay, you have a child, and then you're on maternity leave, and then it's the summer, and you never have to go back to work until the next year.
So could you have had Parker earlier and still not had to go back?
His was pretty much the cutoff. So I'm thinking about having a baby maybe May.
Okay. I'm thinking, because it's not teacher, summer schedule, though. Hopefully. My contract technically is up in January, so
you're fine.
Fingers crossed. Really planning forward here. Yeah, I mean, I know we want to wait, but also thing that happened because my mom had breast cancer and it was like hormone grown. Basically, they said stop taking birth control.
Oh, really?
So I've stopped taking it, which is why my face looks like I'm in 10th grade again.
It's lovely.
But yeah, but we're definitely not trying. Actually, we're doing everything we can to prevent it. But hey, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
I'm married now, so it's not like the scary thing anymore.
No. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
That feels so absurd. And I've even said this to my mom. So
What?
you spend your whole basically young adult life, late teenagers, young adult life, trying to not get pregnant.
Correct.
And then all of a sudden you're like, well, game changer.
Yes.
Let's do this.
The thing is, your life is so different. Your life changes. Think about how much your life has changed significantly. You have a stable job. You're married. You have a house.
Do you not just hear me say my contract is up in January?
You have a job. Nothing is wrong. You are going to get your job back.
Oh, God.
So.
Yeah, super fun. The grant life is super fun. If you haven't done it, don't. It's so scary.
Yes, but I think everything will be fine.
I think so, too. I'm good at my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's basically it. The one thing I did, do we have any other life updates? Because I have one thing that I really want to talk about.
I think we're okay for now. We can get in depth later on other things.
Have you seen the TikToks? I'm sure it's been literally everywhere about Couch Guy.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
What is your take? Because I have a feeling we might have different takes.
Okay. I haven't thought this in depth about it. So my take is that I haven't thought about it because I want the best for people.
Think about times when Tony surprised you in your reaction.
Okay. Who knows what their relationship's like? Okay. Anyway, I know from experience, Tony and I were long distance for 4 years. Every time we saw each other, we were like, and like crying and stuff. But
no,
we really loved each other. What do you mean?
You didn't go, like every time.
For sometimes.
When I remember you literally, because I think he was completely not expecting it just in a
year
public.
After Peru?
When he was just like in a public place, he was not expecting it. He just gets up and goes and hugs her. That's exactly what I'm thinking of at Harbor Park when Tony surprised you and we were there.
But I knew he was coming home that weekend.
You just get
up.
He
was a day earlier.
And so I personally don't think he did anything wrong. I think about myself in that situation or guys I've dated. And my husband, if I surprised him somewhere, he'd be like, hey.
That's true.
And then give me a hug.
That's true. But I was thinking of the whole scenario. Was his phone behind his back?
His phone was in his lap.
Was it?
Yes. There were slow-mo videos. I went into this. Okay, so for those of you, if you don't know, there's this thing on TikTok where this girl surprised her boyfriend at college. She whatever, doesn't matter. And he's in a big group. It's like a college hang. Like everyone's in their comfies. And he's sitting on a couch with like three girls sitting next to him. Not doing anything. It looks like there's a bunch of it because there's also guys that like let the girlfriend in and stuff. And everyone was harassing this couple, them, saying that he was cheating on her and that she is whatever. It was saying that she was dumb for going to surprise him, wasting her time because he didn't. Yeah. Dumbest thing I've ever seen. He literally just like got up and gave her a hug. Like, oh, hi. Yeah.
He did, like, grab his phone first. But, like, a lot of people's reactions, like, when you stand up, grab my phone so it doesn't fall. I don't know. But a lot of people were, like, stitching it and saying, like, that's when I would turn around and, like, get on a plane, like.
People were saying that the girl next to him was holding his phone and she like slid it back and like you guys are being psycho.
Yeah, and plus I haven't thought this in depth about it.
It drove me nuts because I looked at all the comments. They were all so mean.
Yeah, so I guess his friends wouldn't have put him in that situation. Right, like
they knew. They obviously knew. It's not like she just showed up at some random apartment,
and it wasn't like they were trying to get him in trouble.
Right. Ooh, that'd be juicy.
Yeah. Well, I would hope not. But I don't know these people.
Right.
What if they're like, we're fighting or something and she wanted to surprise him as a last ditch effort? You know, who knows?
His friends wouldn't have opened the door. Hopefully.
Well, you never know.
So. Yeah. But that was my take. I was annoyed. I was very annoyed. I'm like, you don't know how you're going to be. This is also, I get this feeling though, because I'm obsessed with true crime podcasts, and they always play like it tracks. Hold on, because they always play like 911 calls and stuff, and sometimes you're like, oh my god, that person's being so calm or whatever. And it's like I don't know.
You don't know how you're going to react until you're in it. Yeah.
So this is me making a stance that Couch Guy is not cheating on his girlfriend.
That's fine.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Okay.
Like I don't care enough, honestly. What about Gabby Petito?
Oh my god.
Are you in that or no?
Sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. Do you see this thing going on that said, if Dog the Bounty Hunter finds Brian, I'm not paying my taxes anymore?
No, but I don't like that. Seeing as how that's how I get paid. But
it was funny. But yeah, it's so sad.
So sad. Do you think he did it?
Absolutely.
1,000%. And condolences to her family.
I know, it's so sad. It's like worst case scenario.
It's terrible. And that's that.
What else has been pop culture news? Oh, do you see Travis Barker and Courtney Kardashian got engaged?
Yes.
What are your takes?
Dang, he obviously he loves her and they love each other, because she never did you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
Yeah, she never got.
She did not budge when Scott wanted to be with her like that.
True.
And I don't think she's easily influenced.
I agree.
Based on her diet and everything. So obviously he likes her.
I think he knows that he really shot out of his league and was like, oh, I gotta lock this down.
Really?
As soon as I can.
That's Travis Barker.
I know, but the realms are so different.
So different. But she has a type, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good for them.
You never know.
It's like another MGK Megan Fox ordeal.
Yes, and now they're all
they're weird. Have you seen interviews with them?
No, and I purposely do not.
Oh, wild. I wanted to go see MGK. He's in Cleveland in December. Tickets are $500.
Yeah, that's not
stupid.
Not worth it. I don't listen to a single thing he puts out.
I mean, I do. I like his stuff,
yes,
but that's crazy.
Yeah,
I would actually probably pay that for someone I really cared about.
And takers, we're coming to the end, but
oh my god, what time is it?
It's been 37 minutes.
Wow.
But a lot of TV has been out, a ton of stuff that I like, but you guys are all going to be surprised because I can no longer just sit and binge watch things. Remember how fast it took me to watch Little People Big World? That's not my life anymore. Because if I was Katie 7 months ago, you would have been done by now.
Oh yeah,
I
watched one episode. Me too. Okay, what was your first episode feelings? Are you impressed? Are you shook? What is it like? Are you bored?
Well, I watched it at 1:00 in the morning 2 days ago. So, I think it's just
I'm bored
so far. I'm not bored of it, but I'm not oh my gosh, I need to watch it tonight.
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool different perspective that he has to now protect other people because his wife is also crazy.
I really liked that when he was I fell in love with this girl and then I saw the real side of her, and he's judging her.
Yes.
That's so
as
funny.
if he can.
I think he's a fantastic actor.
Yes.
He's awesome. I've always really liked him. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, the first season was so incredibly good.
Yeah.
The second season I liked too. I did forget a little bit about it until the first episode, but I don't know. Can you do it for a third? Oh,
what?
Did you ever watch Haunting of Hill House?
I did watch Haunting of Hill House, but I did not watch Bly Manor.
Did you? So have you watched Midnight Mass?
No.
It is so good.
Really?
And I don't like gory stuff. Do you know what it's about?
YFT talked about it, and that's all I know. That it's not that much, but you can spoil.
Okay, so you know how Hill House was ghosts and whatever. This one's vampires.
Oh.
But you don't see it coming because it's a priest that he thinks this vampire is an angel.
Okay.
So the priest's intentions are very, very good, but it's the whole last episode. It's nuts. The whole last episode, my mouth was
how many episodes?
Whole 7.
And this is a one and done.
So
is it the same people as Haunting
there's some, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was so good.
Wait, is it the same
same maker?
Oh, okay.
It was so good. Bly Manor was fine, but it was Hill House 2.0. They didn't really do anything. This one's different and very good.
Yeah. But I mean, I wish that I had time. Though I still have. You're gonna lose your mind.
Oh God.
Ready?
Yeah.
I still have last week's Survivor on my DVR. Mouth completely dropped. I don't have time.
I like this season a lot.
So Lex has watched more Survivor than me right now.
Also,
which is not okay for me.
Okay, so I binged. So like I watched some of them here and there, but I watched all of them all over again. This started a long time ago. I could not watch that many seasons that fast, but so I finally am on 40.
Oh.
And
where can you watch that at?
Paramount Plus.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't even watched the first episode.
You're welcome, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. She pays for that one. I haven't even watched. I watched the intro and like the beginning of the first episode. The people on this season.
No, duh.
It's like a fever dream.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
It was fantastic.
I can only imagine that 41 is going to be just as good, though.
Wait, you're not watching 41 right now on TV?
Yeah, I am.
Oh. So you think it's going to be as good? I'm not really hooked because I'm so stuck in my ways. And this is a little different of a Survivor.
It is a little different, but the thing is, too, that's hard when you're binging it versus watching it week to week is when you're binging it, you feel like you get to know the people a lot faster.
Yeah.
So now watching it week to week, I'm like, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah.
Like the first, like, however many episodes of Survivor, and then it hits you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wow. Like, when you're at the merge, you, like, really get the people. Because I've only ever watched it on TV. I've never had to binge watch a Survivor season.
I've binged so
since I was,
much.
4 years old?
Anthony literally...
4 years old I started.
He is, like... He was, like, concerned for a certain point. He's like, can you do anything besides watch Survivor? And I was like, no, I can't.
I don't want to.
But Michelle's season starts tonight. The Bachelorette.
Oh, yeah.
It starts tonight. It's on Tuesday.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Have you been watching Dancing with the Stars?
No.
Matt James is very already gone.
Yes, he's already gone. It was a push for me to watch, and I only watched last season for Caitlin Bristow.
And I'm not obsessed with the show by any means, but I really like the professionals.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to watch it. There's some people like, okay, this is not a popular take. I appreciate what JoJo Siwa is doing for her community and everything like that. She is so annoying.
Really?
The way she talks, I'm like, because she's old enough, right? Like, she's not a kid like she acts like.
She's an adult.
Take that bow off of your head and stop acting like you're 12 years old.
She has
a market.
She does. She has a franchise of...
I just can't even stand the way she talks.
And the amount of money she's getting because she's putting a bow on your head, you would too.
Yeah, I got probably.
I mean, I don't know if she's going to have a Miley Cyrus moment. That might happen. But I don't know.
I don't know either, man. I think she really buys into the whole thing. Her house. Have you seen her house?
Yes, I know. I know.
Whatever. Who else is on the season that I like? Wow, I'm blanking.
I don't know.
It's a good, like, Cody Rigsby.
Who's that?
He's a Peloton instructor.
Oh, the Peloton guy.
Let me look up the cast list because there are some really good ones. Dancing with the Stars.
You don't even know.
I watch it every week.
How do you watch it when you don't have cable anymore?
I do have cable.
Oh, I thought you guys got rid of it.
I watch it on Hulu, though.
Oh. So you watch it the next day?
Yeah. I would love to get rid of my cable, but Anthony needs the Golf Channel.
Oh, I thought you guys had made that decision already.
I thought I did. Oh, Suni Lee's on it, the Olympian.
Yes.
Olivia Jade is super duper good. The daughter of Lori Loughlin. Oh my God, The Miz.
Oh, is he still on?
Yes. Well, I guess I didn't watch last night, so I don't really know. But last I knew, yes. And he's actually kind of decent. Iman Shumpert's on it, that played for the Cavs.
Oh.
He's not too bad either. Oh, well, this is a spoiler. Let's see who went home last night.
Mouse dropped.
Mel C went home. The Spice Girl, Sporty Spice.
Oh.
Wow, impressive. Okay. I'm trying to think because I've been watching I'm like doing good about keeping up with TV stuff at the moment.
What about the challenge?
Of course.
Okay.
It got good last week.
Yes, it is always good.
But that, I will say, I think I'll stand by that's the best television show ever made. I think that's what I'll say.
I am right up there with you.
It's so good.
Like, Survivor can never get taken in my heart just from the past.
But the fact that they're having...
family tradition that I have, but the challenge.
And they're having survivors on the challenge.
Survivors on it. I am, like, I have an episode of Survivor on my DVR. There's no chance
And-
the challenge would be on.
And it's worldwide. That show's not going anywhere.
No, that show is fantastic.
Oh, it's so good.
I've got my mom to start watching it.
Nah.
Yes, my mom watches it because she's obsessed with Teen Mom and Corey's on it. And so I was
Oh.
like, you should watch it. And now she's obsessed with it as well.
Corey got into some drama.
Yeah. Did you see that Fessy already cheated on Amanda?
Yeah. I mean,
I feel bad for Amanda.
I
used to hate Amanda.
I can't stand her.
I used to hate her. I can tolerate
What? She's
her
a
this
mom
season.
now.
No. Like,
I broke
people,
this.
there's not that much drama yet with the vets.
That's true.
So we'll see how it goes, though.
I never really liked Amanda, and Fessy grew on me this season.
Nope.
He did.
Nothing he's going to do will make me... No.
He
If
grew.
you tell me that you could stand by him after what he did to Amber.
Yeah.
No.
I can't stand Amber.
I don't care. She's a vet. They had a pact that they would not go after
But
vets.
also,
No.
the only reason that situation bothers me is because Josh like went up to him and said, "Please don't." I'm more upset for Josh than I am for Amber. I don't care about Amber.
Okay, neither do I, but I care about the pact that they all made that they weren't going to go after vets.
But also, that was going to make for a boring television show.
Well, they have to now.
Do you listen to the Challenge podcast?
I used to when I had time, but now I don't.
Tori is the one that reason the whole entire fight started.
No, I know. That's fine. They're allowed to fight. But as an adult, I get they're on television and they can't control themselves. But you can take a step back. Oh, my.
All Star Season 2 is on Paramount Plus
I
next
didn't
month.
even watch the first one.
What?
I didn't. I didn't watch the first one.
It's all the classics.
I know. I'm telling you, in a couple years from now, you're going to understand. But right now, no one understands.
That was
because-
not on when Parker was born.
Okay. But
Excuses.
you know what?
Well,
There's things.
you were the reason that I was able to watch them because it's on Paramount Plus and you pay for that.
Yes, I do. And I pay for Disney.
I pay for HBO Max, which there was a documentary. That's the last thing I'll say. Maybe there's a documentary. What's it called? The Way Down or The Way? It's about this lady. You think a regular photo of her is edited because her hair is so tall.
What
Like you
is
think
this?
her hair is stretched. She was the leader of this church, but everything was about like you're only a follower of Christ if you are skinny.
What?
Yeah.
That was her platform. Like,
Yeah.
that was what she did.
It's so convoluted and so jacked up and so horrible.
And so this is a documentary, a docuseries. What is it?
I don't remember. Docuseries.
It was about her church, or
Yeah.
just like her in general.
It was about her church. And
Interesting.
it got like very serious very quick. Like there's some dark things
That's
that happened,
disgusting.
but it all started because that means you show restraint and da.
Gluttony.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. But I'm excited to watch Michelle's season tonight. I think she's going to be one of the best bachelorettes
for sure.
ever.
For sure. I think so too. A lot of people are saying that they're not very excited because they didn't have time to wait to want another.
That's true.
season.
The only reason I'm kind of excited is because I stopped watching Paradise. I didn't watch the finale of Paradise because I was like, this season is draining my brain.
I was fine with it.
I couldn't stand it.
Why?
I don't know. I'm learning that I don't actually like Paradise.
What? I
always am so excited. I like the first like 3 or 4 episodes because they're funny, and then everything gets too serious for me.
Thomas and Becca. Last thing.
I love.
You did.
I do.
I'm so iffy about it because I used to love Becca, and now I'm like, do I know Becca?
Do you
I
know
did.
Thomas is the question?
No, I don't know Thomas enough. That's
You
true.
need to listen to the podcast that he was on Brian and Mike's podcast, and he you kind of get him a little more.
Yeah, I should probably do that.
But he does need to shave his face. His facial hair is
Yes.
so bad.
I don't like that either.
So bad.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot next
I'm
week.
trying to think of any more of my hot takes. I did hear something disturbing. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Megan. Oh no! Now I'm gonna get messed up. What celebrity it was? I think it was Meghan Trainor. Meghan Trainor got. Oh my god! I really hope it was her. I think it was. Got
Fact checker. We're paying you big bucks.
got 2 toilets installed right next to each other so that her and her husband can poop next to each other.
That's lovely. What a great bonding experience.
That's
disturbing.
Just so disturbing.
You don't like that? Why do you know that? Who told you this information?
It was on a podcast.
Oh.
That's what got me thinking about Couch Guy too. They were talking about Couch Guy.
Well, it's been a great time. I think we should end it now.
Yeah,
because we could go on and on. It is Parker's bath time. A lot of things need to get
It's my
done.
bedtime.
It is Lexa's bedtime. So next week we might dig deeper. We might not. We might go back to the normal.
We might just talk about something random.
You never know.
You truly never know.
Stay tuned to find out.
What day are we releasing this? Wednesday? Or do we have to edit it?
So, fingers crossed. We've told you this 20 times before, as we seem like flakes. I am not a flaky person.
I am.
I'm not. We're trying something new today. Oh, another thing.
This is never gonna end.
This is never gonna. No, this relates. The first time we did the podcast, season 1.
Yes.
In person.
Yes.
Season 2. Completely virtual.
Yes.
Therefore, we created a YouTube.
Yes.
A lot of people enjoyed the YouTube
Yes.
option to listen. So we are recording a video. We need to sync the video and the audio together.
And by we mean
Tony. So we will see how long that takes. And by the way, this is not season 3. It is episode 12.
Or 11.
Or 13.
Or 13.
We decided it's one big cluster.
Yeah. It is a cluster for sure.
It is a cluster. It is our lives. It is for us. It is for you. We enjoy it. And we will always have that.
True.
And we are happy about that.
And I have to go to Walmart because I leave everything when I travel. So I have no brush, no toothpaste, no anything. So aside from Parker's bath and my bedtime, I forgot I have to go to Walmart too.
Oh, that's terrible. All right, it's been real.
It's been fun.
We don't have a saying.
But it ain't been real fun.
Oh, true. We can't take it. Okay, it's been real.
Peace and love.
All right, bye.